Hello and what is up everybody? Welcome to the Grand Finals race for Group S between DareDevinX and Gyraxo. They fought in Winners Bracket Round 3 and, well, Daredevin won, so they've got the advantage today. But we're hoping for a great race nonetheless. Joining me today on commentary, we have the Queen of Chickens herself, Kari. How are you doing?
What's up? I am doing fabulous today. I hope our runners are doing fabulous today. Oh, and the track is being reset. Excellent.
The track is a reset. I think it's because I have it always refreshed because we had issues last time. I'm going to send our runners off. But yeah. So you...
Oh, sorry, my internet's slightly crashing. Also, thank you very much to Zelda Mario Fan for subscribing 3 months in a row. We greatly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we now have the tunic competition, and I've got to go red. I absolutely
Yeah, I have
red.
to go red too. Although I have to go pink on the hearts.
Oh, definitely. The pink does look a bit better.
Yeah, as Mido's house we get some love, a little less love.
A lot of love.
A lot of love, and the strength to be able to hold all that love.
Ooh. Wow, that's a nice looking strength though we've got in my
Yes.
videos. So with that, it could open up a few things. I mean, it opens up a little bit of child DC. Not that you ever want to do that, unless you want to meme.
I mean, you just do DC as adult, but at the same time, you can actually do most of adult DC.
Hmm. All really depends on what our runners want to do.
Yeah.
Now, Devin, I know, has been practicing a lot. And, oh, Team Never Buy a Shield has won.
Yep, we got a Hylian shield, we don't need to buy that.
Wrong shield, though, for early Deku.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to be doing a little bit of farming. But as I was saying, Devin has been doing a lot of practice lately, running all sorts of different seeds. Whilst Gyraxo has been relaxing, playing a little bit of Among Us. He has played a few little practice seeds, but overall I think he's taken the more lax, just confident in your own abilities kind of style of playing.
You know, it's all well and good being able to practice, but at the same time, if you're just dedicated to practice, sometimes it can backfire, so... Anyway.
Oh, don't I know that.
Regardless, it looks like our runners are both going to do a 3-song route. And it both looks like to be Grotto to Owl, so...
I mean, one of them might decide to go Gerudo Valley. Really does depend.
I mean, personally, if I'm doing the 3-song route like they are, either I'm going straight to market or I'm doing all of South Hyrule first. So I would be doing Gerudo Valley and then Lake Hylia before I get the owl back to market.
In my experience, I tend to do a bit of a switch up when it comes to openings. Sometimes I do South Hyrule, sometimes I bound in South Hyrule. It really just does depend on the day. So we had Goron City, I think there was Trent's Pot, Baron.
Was that Trent's Pot or was that the Hammer? Either way, it is dead.
Yep.
If we could have chat confirm that for us, that would be brilliant.
Yeah. Because they went so quick, all I read was Goron City, Piece of Heart.
Yeah.
That was Maze, okay.
That was Maze. Okay. So – A nice, interesting hint to find.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like both of them are heading towards the owl.
Yeah, during this, season 3, one of the main openings was Grotto to Owl 3-song routes, and both of them look to have perfect time of day for that. So, as Gyraxo is struggling.
I mean, it wouldn't be Scrubs unless somebody was having a bit of a slideshow. So, on the other hand, Devin had it a little bit more heads on when it came to timing of his time of day, because it's now nighttime in CAC. So all he has to do is just grab Richard, go drop it off of the woman, and then he's good to go.
Yes, there are advantages and disadvantages to skipping daytime market. You can do daytime market when you come back because you have to age warp at some point. But I personally prefer to do daytime market first. So in Gyraxo's case, I feel that they had the better time of day, whereas Devin, it's more, it's the more meta choice, as we get a recovery heart from the dog.
Yeah, so nighttime CAC, well, even daytime CAC really not working out for either of our runners, but either way, another advantage though that Gyraxo had is literally because he went in just at the time of day, he was able to get the slingshot minigame. And
well, Trent's pot is dead as well. Graveyard's Way of the Hero. Frogs 2 is dead, and so is 30 Skulls.
It annoys me that on our commentator board that we have Goron spinning pot rather than Trent's pot.
Well,
his only pot.
I mean, on Script Specialer, I've got Trent's pot, and then in brackets, the spinning pot in Goron City. As Death Mountain Crater is Way of the Hero.
Ooh. Yep, somebody did confirm that hint that we just missed was the left side mace hint.
Yeah, because it was a different item.
Mm-hmm.
And right hand Colossus is a small key.
Well, hopefully, Spirit Key logic means nothing, so don't even have to think about it.
Oh, and Devin gets caught by the guard.
Oh no.
Yes, this is a best of 3, however, Devin is leading 1-0.
Best of 3? I thought they only had one more match after this.
Yeah, it's best of 3, but Devin just needs to win 1 match, whereas Gyraxo needs to win 2.
Alright.
The benefits
Took me a moment there to realise that.
How can you tell who is ahead, Unike? It depends on what items they've got and what medallions they've got, but really you can't tell until maybe the last 15 minutes, or when someone reaches go mode and the other person is still frantically searching for that go mode item.
You can never really tell. In a lot of races, it all comes down to who basically gets lucky. Particularly when it comes to being part of Last Location Nation.
Well, given that our runners are doing exactly the same thing, currently I would give the edge to Gyraxo, just slightly on an execution front.
Which is very fair, and we have opponents.
That's a nice song to get. Means that we can access GTG, and the Fortress area also means that if our runners know Naked Wasteland, they can go and do Desert Colossus and do all that when they turn adult.
Plus, as well, it just makes going around as adult just that little bit more faster.
Yes, it because you can't do any of the hammer or bomb locked checks until you've got a source of explosives or something to smack with.
And we can see where that time of day is just kind of a little bit held Devin back just because of the fact of he went in at night, so he has to still go back for child shooting. I might have personally left this for when I was going adult.
Yeah, I would have left this until going adult, or if I had Prelude, Child 2. But at the same time, it's a Sphere 0 check, so I would have already done it by now because of my routing. But, you know, it's...
It is very different.
Yes.
Speed... I'm sorry, Yina. But we can't... Essentially, this is a race, so it's whoever beats the seed first. I don't quite understand your question.
I think by do we speedrun this too, I think they're asking more, do we take part in these races like these guys do? And yes, I think, yeah, we do speedrun in that sense. Kari, you're actually in Group D, you're in the Group D finals, aren't you?
I am, and my race is next week, and I'm doing nothing to prepare for it. Which is very bad planning. See, we've got Shadow Temple as Forest, Dodongos as Fire, Forest is our Water Medallion, Deku as our Shadow Medallion, and Water Temple is our Spirit.
So a nice mix of medallions then. Also, to answer your question there, Zelda Mario fan, you need to have a bow and opponents to do horseback archery. You can't do that minigame without having both of them. That's a claim check in the silo.
Ooh.
I mean, we're 7 years too early to hand that in, but...
The main thing that has me worried over all this is the fact that Fire Temple is a stone.
Yeah.
Oh dear, poor baby Dodongos.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have another tournament that's not being restreamed called Baby Dodongos. And they are basically people that were considered too good to be in any of the Scrubs brackets.
No, Zelda Mario fan. The exception being Child Shooting Gallery. You have to have their respective item to be able to play the game, as you find at Spirit Temple.
Way of the Hero Stone.
And Fortress is barren, so we don't even need a bow to do the minigame. We just have opponents to get over there and everything is fine.
And Prelude in the Windmill.
It's a nice song to get. Like I said, it's very convenient, and even though I don't think either of our runners are on VVC, it is very...
No! I am so sad. My favourite check is Baron.
Um,
Yes, Trent, you totally did have something to do with it.
I've lost what I was about to say there.
Yes, after all, Trent is the lovely roller of this seed, and he has a major hatred against chickens. Particularly my antics, so essentially he refuses point blank to roll a chicken worth seed.
I am Sonic. I am the deeper sounding voice.
And I am Kari, the female voice. Keep in mind, I am never the voice of reason. I'm normally the voice of heresy. And we have
that is genuinely vanilla. That is, you can't find, that's where you find it in vanilla.
When you get a vanilla slingshot, you just know, right, this seed is going to be fun.
Well, that makes Deku logically completable, even though both our runners know how to do B1 skip, the skip that, skip the requirement to go around.
Yeah, you still which requires a slingshot.
Yeah, you still need a slingshot as well. You need a slingshot to logically beat Deku, so having that in vanilla means that Deku is full completable and we can get our Shadow Medallion.
And not have to worry about much else.
Meanwhile, Devin tearing it up in the Dompe race, getting their iron boots.
Iron boots? Ooh.
The clankers are theirs. I mean, that could be where the hero because water is required, so...
I mean, it's most likely is at the end of the day. I mean, other than possibly the song, I don't see anything else really being way the hero. Because it would have to, if there's any other items, it would be in either Sung Song Grave or Composer's Grave Chest or the song.
Yeah.
And as Zora just pointed out, it's definitely not the first thing you want to find.
No. But it looks like Devin is going to go up to DC with that strength. We don't have the bomb bag, so we can't full clear it. We don't have bomb chew, so we can't clear it out of logic. But, we can get some information out of it. We do have that strength. We can get in. We can do most of the checks.
And Gyraxo is also taking advantage of his slingshot to reserve his stick so that he can easily farm up some skulls. On the other hand, we're getting a bit of strength DC. Bit of a risky play, but it works.
I mean, it's vanilla if you're a child, but at the same time, it's not vanilla because we're an adult.
And we could just skip half these requirements.
Yeah. Very easily, These gaps were made to make it too high for a child to jump, but not for an adult. As, again, we find out that Goron City, isn't going to... Yeah, that's not going to be much useful for us.
Thunder, you are not wrong.
In all seriousness, which was your favourite area in Ocarina of Time?
Oh, my favourite area? I like Lost Woods.
Okay.
It's just easy. It's easy to go through, and plus the lore behind it is pretty demented, so I think it's pretty good.
I mean, if people have watched my streams, they will probably say that it's Ganon's Castle or Water Temple. Ganon's Castle because I have a history with Ganondorf. water temple because the Tektites seem to be my fine club, as Gyraxo gets a nice one cycle and kills Goma.
I'm trying to figure out what... Oh!
But no,
I've never seen that strat before.
It's because in DC there's actually 4 hitboxes and you just need to hit 2 of them. So if you know where the hitboxes are, you can save a bit of time, especially with strength.
See, I might just be a bit annoying and try that in my race against Afterlife.
It's a nice one to learn. But no, my favourite area is actually Master Quest Bottom of the Well.
Ooh. That was Song of Time and Temple of Time. Sorry, Song of Storms. I can't speak. Also, another good thing about getting your slingshot as Deku is that as soon as you come in here, you can quickly just check the target in the woods.
Yes. It turned out to be nothing, but
Yeah. The song was Song of Storms.
And Trent, are you saying excuse me what to me, saying that my favourite Storms on Prelude?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're saying what for, not the fact that I like Master Quest Bottom of the Well as my favourite area. Even though I've never touched Master Quest Bottom of the Well, I just think it's the best area nonetheless.
And we have a hookshot on Memory Game.
Okay, that ocarina is useful. And that hookshot is required for Water Temple, it's required for Forest Temple access, and Shadow Temple will need it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the ocarina is going to be useful for anything other than Memory Game. And we start meme percent.
Would we say the ocarina is Way of the Hero? The ocarina isn't shuffled. It can't be Way of the Hero, but it also can't be Baron.
It is an enigma.
Yes.
I mean, arguably you can say that it's essentially for Aurora's Wind. Because, you don't technically need it, but a place can't be barren if it's there, or something along those lines.
Ice Arrows, it can actually be Baron.
Ice Arrows, yes, but for Aurora's Wind is what I was...
For Aurora's Wind, an area will never be barren, because for Aurora's Wind can unlock one skull, which can unlock checks. Unfortunately, that's only relevant if we are playing with 40 and 50 skulls. As we get Requiem on Saria's song, and Trail is Foolish.
Ooh. Just update the boards here. So these are very different starts with Devin doing the early adult play. Oh no, it's AD. Well. You wanted it, folks. You wanted AD.
Oops, all dungeons.
You can tell it's a Trent seed.
Yeah.
On OOT. Oh, speaking of which, scale on Rolling Goron. OOT is essentially a check where Zelda throws the Ocarina of Time into the moat outside of Market. But to get that check, you need to have completed all 3 of the dungeons.
Hyrule Field is Way of the Hero. What was the last hint in Sacred Forest Meadow that we missed?
That was just a repeat of 30 Skulls. Just in case you're a bit too stunned by the idea of an all dungeon seed. So AD refers to essentially all dungeons. That's all it refers to.
Yep.
So we need every item possible.
Not necessarily, as we get Minuet on Requiem, which is going to make going about very, very convenient.
Yeah, particularly between all the dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now Forest is full clearable for Gyraxo.
Yep.
So as soon as he goes adult, he can just minuet and get over there.
You're missing one very important thing. We don't have anything to shoot with. As that's either a bomb bag or a wallet on the arch.
Ooh.
So the scale is what? The scale is what in Hyrule?
Scale is War for Jabu. No, because it is not in a Way of the Hero location yet. We are missing one Worth location.
Yes. Devin showing us a cool little thing. You can Milo skip with ice arrows if you don't have a bow.
Yeah, if you select the empty ice arrows, for whatever reason, Link gains a phantom bow. Which is actually something I didn't know about. And I have deep respect for Gyraxo here because he is checking that child spirit just to see if he is child locked.
Well, we can do.
What we mean.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. What we mean by child lock for those new people here is essentially there are 2 checks that only Child Link can get. The rest can be obtained as adult. Logically not so, but either way. So if you check these first 2 chests as Child Link and you get a key, there is a high chance that you were child locked, and when you go adult, who only has access to 2 chests as well before he gets to a locked door, there's a high chance that child spirit is required.
Serenade is taught to us in the meadow by Sheik. But yeah, going on with that child spirit thing. If there is any key on child's side, then child could be required, but it's not necessarily always going to be required. Also, that is a vanilla spirit temple child. The Deku tree is given to you usually in that first room, and that is a small key in vanilla. So it's beginning to look a lot like vanilla. Is all I'm going to say.
Oh. I know I saw a Hylian field Way of the Hero. Was that in DMC?
Yeah, that was somewhere. I can't remember where that was, but I saw...
We definitely saw it, though.
Yeah, we definitely saw Hyrule Field as Way of the Hero, so we need a bomb bag or we need a hammer. And we can check the rest of the things there, because I don't think there's anything in the open grotto. And the song can't be Way of the Hero, because that's hinted.
And the thing is, though, as well, we know that even though Cac had Prelude, it cannot be Baron due to whatever song is probably on Burning Cac, seeing we also had Serenade just now.
Yeah.
So we are missing 3 sometimes, 1 Way of the Hero, and 1 Foolish. When it comes to, at the moment, I think that doing your free song has actually worked out more in Gyraxo's favour. That being said, he's now got to go through all of the same checks that Devin has done. The only advantage to this is that when Gyraxo goes adult, he can go into Forest and dip it.
You can get about halfway. You can get up and depending on key layout.
He could get Vanilla Bow. We have had Vanilla Slingshot.
Yeah. Also,
and it is the dream besides Paradox Letter.
Apologies for any issues as well. Our system isn't perfect. As the command says, it's cobbled together with duct tape and 2x4s. Yeah, apologies about all of that. It looks like Gyraxo is going to go adult though now, and is going to start that rampage.
It makes sense. He's able to do it. The only other things he hasn't done is basically domain at this point, and he hasn't got scale to do it.
Yeah. No scale or explosive, so we can't get to Zora River. Logically or otherwise, and no ZL either, or scale, so we can't get into domain logically. Although if we can get to river and they know the chicken jump, it's not that big of a we don't really need ZL. We just need access to river.
I mean, this might extend though, because Devin has the scale, so he might dip domain. We never know. Oh, and it looks like that's what he's doing. He'll probably go to domain, do river, and then use the shortcut into Lost Woods.
Very useful having the scale, being able to do that, and skipping Valley as well. Personally, I wouldn't skip Valley, but at the same time,
you've been burnt by it once. You get burnt by it many times. Oh, and I believe that is that strength 2. That is strength 2.
Well, it's an item. Otherwise, Devin wouldn't have dived for it, and it is strength 2. Which means that it means that we can now. We just need a bomb bag, and then we can full clear Spirit Temple.
No, we haven't got a mirror shield.
And the mirror shield, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely proves that you do have to go back to being adult and going back child. Now, because neither of them checked what was on the Ruto's letter check, that Gyraxo might be a very long time before he goes back and gets that. So, at the moment, I think they're both neck and neck considering what they have at the moment.
Yeah.
That being said, Devin is more likely to be in the lead overall, just because of the fact the question will be, when is Gyraxo going to go back to Lake Hylia as a child? And we have Sarius on Death Mountain Crater.
Sarius could be Way of the Hero. The only reason it would be Way of the Hero is for
Skull Kid and Dancing Junior.
Yeah. So Death Mountain Crater. Sarius song. A child fished up nothing.
It is unlikely, but we do still have the fairy, which is locked by hammer.
Mm-hmm. Fox 2 is dead. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is dead.
Whilst Gyraxo starts farming up his skulls.
And very nicely gets Link the Goron.
As he now picks up his skull scale.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst Devin is just doing a little bit of farming through his sticks. So if you ever find that you're out of sticks here, just throw a pot. There's always one spawning there. Kakiri Forest. We now have all of our Way of the Heroes. So unless there's something in the Storm's Grotto, it's just our strength check.
I mean, what does strength lock? It locks Forest Temple, it locks a bit of Fire Temple.
Spirit.
It's needed for Spirit Temple. This could be it saying
forest.
that Strength 3 is Strength 2 locked, so... Or it's saying that Strength 3, if it's also accessible without needing a Strength, it could mean that there's something outside Ganon's castle. It also locks the scale for Strength 2, yep. Until we find another scale, Yep, that is true.
It's very hard to tell when you get a strength wave, the hero. If you know that spirit is required, then you think, oh, well, clearly it must be for Spirit Temple, possibly.
Yeah, there's something locked. Yeah, strength is strength locked. Sorry.
No, it's alright. I mean, God forbid I have anything intelligent to add to this commentary. I'm just here for the memes.
So Domain just gave us a load of money.
Pretty much.
But no, this looks like it would be a nice time to also do Zora's River. Devon does not have storms, so we can't do Frogs in the Rain. A bomb bag in Spirit Way of the Hero. With the way that the logic is written, it has to be early adult. If it's not an early adult, it can't be a bomb bag Way of the Hero because...
The only places...
Actually, no, it could be because we have...
It can't be before the room with where you have to set fire to all those things, because you need a bomb to destroy the eye thing, whatever it's called. And it cannot be in a room at the very top. So essentially it would have to be in either the map chest or child side.
Or early adult. Devon picking up a bean as we see Gyraxo rolling around at the speed of sound.
Well, Devon has a nice rupee count. Shawnee, if I know all is very convenient, but here, let me just help you out. So yes, we have the all command, which tells you all those commands all in one go. If it's on the cooldown, then feel free just to highlight the section you want.
Gyraxo getting a nice race.
Mm.
And now has their crackers.
Both of them are doing very well in the Danpei race, getting low times and not getting it down to the wire.
Yep. And Gyraxo unfortunately having to take the safe walk because you can't play songs anywhere in Danpei racing. Not even at the end. So unless you have Song of Time, you're stuck there. What was that hint on Devon's side?
I just missed it because I just needed to clarify something. I think Devon might have miscounted his hints because he has Spirit Temple marked as double.
Ooh. You think Kratos' melody is Saria's?
Yep, so far, because the only places we cannot check are the grotto and the fairy. On the other hand, Gyraxo is making up time by, well, he's going to get his strength 2 and just do domain and then go back adult. He's probably hoping for a bow.
A bow would be very useful because it means we can full clear Forest Temple. I would personally, with the items that we've got, I would personally want a long shot and try and gamble that water is foolish and try and full clear water and get through water as best I can.
See, with what we have, I would probably more likely, due to the fact it's Way of the Hero, go Spirit Temple. Have a dip, see what's there, and debating from what the item is, move on from there. But definitely Spirit and Water being high contenders, just because of the fact we're able to access a good majority of the dungeon.
Well, Water Temple gives us lax, so that is why I would want to do Water Temple. But obviously, I don't want to dip Water Temple until I've got that long shot, or it's the last thing I can do.
And we have a 40-minute Deku Tree.
Nothing wrong with 40-minute Deku Tree. We had an early adult play.
Yep. So there are perks to it, but there are also some downside, particularly with us now knowing that Deku Tree was clearable from the start, so any major item that could have been in there, we know is essentially what sphere, 0, sphere 1?
Low sphere. I've lost track of spheres already. Besides, logic is a suggestion in races.
It just helps you map out where to go from there.
Yeah, the logic helps you in terms of where items can or can't be. But with all the tricks people can do, it can be just a suggestion. What's weird about 40-minute Deku Tree when you do 2-hour Deku? I mean, we may soon see no Deku Tree given the Season 4 hints, since you'll need the Kokiri sword to do that.
And with that hint there, Gyraxo now has all his Way of the Hero hints.
We're just rehashing all the checks we've already seen, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much. With Gyraxo doing what he's doing now, essentially he has made up, but at this point, it's more of a case of he's got a choice in which dipping source of a dungeon he wants to go into. Because he can dip Forest, he can dip Spirit, which is Way of the Hero, he can dip Water. He's not gone DC, but he can dip that. Afterlife, how's the seed going? As I've just said, it is basically a dip seed. Because we've not got any clear dungeon to head towards. The only one most likely being Spirit Temple because it is a Way of the Hero location.
No, they're actually not allowed to watch each other's streams. It's against the rules because it's a randomizer. You're not meant to get any help at all. And if you were to watch the opposing stream, then you would be getting help. Had this not been a randomizer, had it been, for example, just a normal Ocarina of Time, vanilla, glitchless race, then yes, they probably would be allowed to see each other's streams.
It really is dependent though, but I don't think it would be allowed even then.
I know that the Breath of the Wild tournament that ZSR is hosting, they allowed people to watch other streams if they wish.
To learn tips, tricks, and strats. I think if it's a case of it is based on the tournament and the staff standards.
Yeah.
Some places might allow you, other people might not.
Excuse me.
Yes, that is the whole point of the foolish locations, because if they go to a foolish location and start doing any of the checks there, we know that they're basically not going to get anything towards seed progression. That being said, though, if you have the means to do one of those checks really out of logic, for example, if we got a Barren Lake Hylia but you had Iron Boots and a Hookshot, you can get around needing a golden scale for Lab Dive. And the reason for that is because we've had a case in a race in Season 1 where Doodle actually won a race because he went to a barren location looking for an out of logic bow, and that won him the race.
I think there was a race in Season 2 where we were looking for a second magic source, and it was in Ganon's Castle. So after being out of logic for most of the seed because of no magic, they managed to find another magic anyway.
The wonders of Muggle mode.
Yes. And Ryu bringing up a brilliant example, given that Devin did not pick up Claim Check because we know Death Mountain Trail is foolish, so we know that the Claim Check isn't needed, whereas Gyraxo did not know that when they did 3-song originally.
Yes, that is very true. On the other hand, he is planting the bean. Did I miss something on Volcano earlier?
I missed it. It could be hover boots, it could be something important, and without hover boots, you want to cover your bases. It could just be nothing, and it's...
just insurance.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult thing to say. What songs do we have left?
Other than ZL, we're missing Nocturne, we're missing Time and Suns in terms of where they are, because we know where Storms is. It's locked behind Shadow Temple.
Nocturne is probably going to be on Burning Cack then, because
nope, cannot. Nocturne cannot lock Shadow Temple.
Then have I mismarked something? Because
Shadow Temple is the forest medallion, therefore Burning Cack and
but Ice Caverns is also locked along with Composer's Grave.
It can't be in Composer's Grave, therefore or Ice Caverns.
So have I marked something wrong?
It is. So where could Nocturne be? It can't be on Burning Cack because you need to beat Shadow Temple for that. It can't be...
I've marked something wrong. Oh! Hello, did we find Hammer?
Yep, in Death Battle in the Crater.
So, that's what we definitely missed.
Okay, Song of Time is in Ice Cavern. Nocturne cannot be in... Nocturne could be locked behind ZL, so it could be in Graveyard. It could be on Sunsong check, and it could be Um,
Oh, yeah, true.
you were
So it
thinking
can't be turning back. So yeah, I don't know.
it has to be in
I'm very-
graveyard.
Yeah, graveyard one. So that's probably going to mean that it's also way the hero for graveyard.
It also means we have to do the Spirit Temple, we have to do Jabu, and we have to do Fire Temple before we do Shadow Temple and get Storms. So the chances that we need Storms is quite low because we've probably already completed the seed by then. Goron Tunic in Death Mountain Trail, Way of the Hero. It can be if it locks both wallets.
Wait, why is Gyraxo going here? Didn't he get the hint?
I don't know if they did or not. Maybe they misread their hints. Either way,
Probably.
it's a piece of heart.
Skull Mask is our bomb bag.
It's a bomb bag. Greg!
That's probably... And Greg, the Lord and Saviour of them all. Everyone get your Greg emotes in chat. Also, is it Spear Zero, that bomb bag?
That bomb bag.
Sorry, Spear 1, sorry. So you have to hand in the left one.
I want to say because it's child trade quest. I don't think it's. I think it's Sphere 0, but do not quote me on that.
There was our hiding field hint that we forgot to mark where it was. Lost Woods.
It can't have been Lost Woods. Oh yeah, it was Lost Woods because of Devin.
Yeah.
Sorry, head's not screwed on properly.
Yeah, we've just had to rack our brains trying to figure out where Nocturne probably is.
Yeah, because you were saying it can't be in graveyard, and I'm thinking, why can't it be in graveyard?
I know. It's dumb of me. I'm sorry.
Yep, Rhino Skip has been performed by Gyraxo, thanks to a nice location of Saryas.
On the other hand, he had minuets, so I don't know why he didn't try to do this.
I think it's more because it's easier than fighting the moblins this way. Although I would be surprised if they don't minuet here. Oh, they also wanted this. I mean,
Fair enough.
It makes sense. I can see the logic behind doing these checks.
There have been times where I've seen people lasso Cation the Wolfos Grotto, which has held important items. And we have a couple of bomb chews, a 20-pack.
Ooh, that is a nice pack to get. That means we can go out of logic with bomb locked checks. So yeah, who needs bombs when you have bomb chews? But I guess who needs bombs? Ground jumping is very powerful and very useful. So you need bombs for that.
I'd be very interested to seeing where Gyraxo goes from here, because he knows where the bomb bag is. So he can do some out of logic things in GTG, should he wish. But he has the ability to at least start doing fire. All he needs is that boss key to be early on, and then he's good to go. So he's probably going to check his hiding field Way of the Hero by checking all of the grottos first.
Yeah, we can actually full clear Hyrule Field with the hammer. We have Remote Grotto, we have the Scrub, we've got ATZ's Grotto, or Tektite Grotto, and we've also got Boulder of Destiny. What's the fastest randomised speedrun you've ever had, Kari? Here's a question from chat.
My PB is 3 hours and 12 minutes, I think it is.
I think mine is, I think it's 3 hours 45, but that wasn't a Scrubs race or, or an actual normal race. It was a more randomised race.
I was just practicing my own.
Yeah. And the world record apparently is 1 hour 21 minutes.
But on which version of the Logic builds is it?
I think that's a season 3 record.
I think that was done by Marco, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I want to say it was Marco 2. Yeah, seeds can be either incredibly fast, or they can take you 8 hours.
Okay, I think the only 2 checks Gyraxo has left is the one Grotto next to the bridge, unless he's already checked that, along with Tektite, because OOT cannot be considered a way of the hero because of the fact it is hinted. Other than that, I think he's checked pretty much everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got Boulder of Destiny to check. We might see a GTG dip here.
I think by doing this, he's hoping to be able to get some leeway as to which way to go next.
Mm-hmm. Since we don't currently know what our way of the hero is in Hyrule Field. Now we do. Our destiny is to go save a princess. Because that's where Ruto's letter was.
Alright then, so that's allowing him opportunity. He'll have a chance to possibly go Ice Caverns if he's able to go there out of Logic, which he won't be able to do without hovers.
Yeah. To go out of Logic into Ice Cavern, you do need hover boots. As far as I'm aware, because I don't think there is any other jumps that you can do. Have we seen what was in Red Grotto?
No, we haven't, because we've only just had a hammer. Oh, and it's just a rupee.
Yeah, I think that chest is usually $200 in vanilla, so bit of a downgrade, but you know.
And we have a bottle on Adult Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point I probably would just go fire.
Yeah, I think we have everything we need to beat fire, minus a bomb bag.
But we have choose.
But we have choose for that. I personally would actually go and beat DC. I'd beat Dodongo's Cavern first.
Oh, very true, very true. Also, celebration of Greg's return, the second coming.
Hammer was in Death Mountain Crater, Zelda Mario fan.
Yeah, so from here, you go finish DC. It's a quick dungeon, quick amount of checks. And with the strength, we are able to do a strength version of the fight of just picking up the bomb flowers rather than using choose strats.
Yep.
Unless one of our runners has picked up that. But with a 20 bomb bag and a bomb bag on Skull Mask, you probably don't want to waste your chews on that. Though it will make Gyraxo's travel through DC a lot more faster than Devon's because of the fact that he's got the hammer. So anything that is locked behind an explosion, he can just whack the hammer and go.
Not the stairs. The stairs will require you to explode, but again, you know, you have strength. You can pick up a bomb bag, a bomb flower. You can very easily do that. Do that.
Both of our runners doing quite a little bit of back and forth with where they want to go. Neither are really committed to a dungeon.
But I think Gyraxo is going to commit to full clearing DC at this point. And this is an interesting bomb chew setup for Gyraxo for the eyes, as we do reach a happy 1 hour mark.
Yeah, happy 1 hour, and we've only got Deku.
We've got Deku. We've got Out of Logic DC. We've got potentially Out of Logic Fire, and we're Boomerang from Jabu, so we can do so we can get ZL.
So I think in terms of where our runners are at the moment, I think it's Gyraxo probably about 5 minutes ahead in this seed.
I do not know, and I cannot call it. I'm going to stay neutral.
I think more at this point. Mainly because whilst it's going to... Essentially, they've done the same amount of checks already as each other. They're just swapping what they're doing. And Gyraxo has to go through DC, but he can clear it. Whilst Devon... I mean, essentially, as soon as he finishes... field, depending on what he does after that, might depend on if he makes up time or not. But it's definitely way too early to call, but at the moment I would just put Gyraxo ahead slightly.
Yeah, just a reminder that DareDevinX is currently in the lead in terms of this 3-game series. They just need to win 1 game, whereas Gyraxo, they need to win 2.
Yeah. So we might be seeing a few more riskier plays from Gyraxo, trying to cut time down to try and get himself a little bit ahead. Or he might just try and play it safe by keeping in logic as much as he can and just going for what he can.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't we can't really tell either.
You can't, and it's so hard with when you're in a 1v1 situation, because you start thinking differently than how you would with other seeds.
Yeah, you begin to think that you're behind and that your opponent is playing perfectly and you're not going to be able to win. You know, especially if you lost location something, you assume your opponent didn't last location it, they did it first. And
yeah, I mean, particularly if you feel like you've done something stupid, such as when in one of my last races, I thought I had lost long before I even got my first bomb bag, and was so utterly convinced by it, I just started using meme strats, and I won. Ugh. It's quite a difficult thing to do. But if you obviously want to learn a bit more about OTR, learn a bit more of the randomizer, and just get started in the scrubs, then feel free to join the Discord. And I typed that in very wrong.
There you go. I was just going to do the shorthand version because the shorthand version works.
Yeah. Feel free to join the Scrubs Discord, just join into a voice call, happily chat with people, learn the randomizer. Any questions, always willing to help. We have the Spirit Boss key. Still looking for that way of the hero spirit. But yes. Also, if you want to be volunteer to help out as well, such as be a commentator like myself and Sonic, or be a tracker, such as our lovely two today, being Andals and Rio Kane, then feel free to join. On the other hand, Devin...
Devin's probably thinking, what can they do?
Yes, because I think he's locked as far as he can go. Oh no, he did have 2 more checks. He had Child Climb.
But yeah.
Oh no, he couldn't have set them off. That's why.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think he's picked up Choose or a bow. Oh yes, he does have Hookshot.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to today's trackers, the unsung heroes of today. We have Andals and Ryu Kane tracking for us. I also want to give, go follow our runners as well. DareDevinX and Gyraxo, they are, they're doing really well at the moment. So go and give them a follow.
Yeah, also a shout out to our race mod today, being Trent, the one and only master of bad seeds, who has 2 free checks named after him, I think, at this point. And then a fellow shout out to my restreamer co-host today, being Sonic, and obviously myself.
Yes.
But yes, when it comes to the trackers, trackers are the people in charge just making sure that everything in the trackers you see below our runners today is kept properly up to date. Plus, they have the added benefit of not having to commentate, so if they get stuck, they can just turn around to anyone else in the VCs or chats and just go, hey, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Plus, they're focused on one runner, whilst we're having to watch both runners at the same time. But yes, feel free to join and possibly volunteer. There are exams, though. Well, not really exams, but a sheet you have to fill out, a form, and you have to get the answers mostly right.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to remember the manga because we're seeing checks rehashed.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember in the manga if they actually made it to Spirit Temple. If they made it in there. I don't think they did.
I can't remember. It's been so long. On the other hand, poor Gyraxo losing his shield.
It's fine. We can get it back if we're fast enough killing that like.
I will say those lights are a bit of a pain.
Yes.
And it seems... Oh, I see what Devin was doing. He's decided to go for the bomb bag.
Yeah. Get the bomb bag. Yeah. Ground jumps is a very powerful tool to have. It's one of the... It's allowed in the rule set, and you really should do it.
There's a skull during the day?
I have questions. Why do we have skulls and it's daytime? These are nighttime skulls.
It's dawn. Doesn't look like dawn.
No, it looks like it's just It's fresh day. I'm confused. Like, Devin, how?
How did you get the timing perfect for that? Because it seems to me like nearly... Oh, but there's no chickens, so it has to be nighttime. What? High roll is Southern Hemisphere. Oh, the last frame was night. Fair enough. And so we're getting a little bit of a cheeky peek here as to what is behind these bomb lock checks. Because a good way of seeing it as well, from Gyraxo's point of view, he knows where there is a Sphere Zero bomb bag, so he knows that anything here should be relatively accessible early.
And Gyraxo has frozen on my screen. I'm just gonna...
Oh, he's back for me. He just had a little bit of a blip.
Yeah, he's not... They're not back from me, so... we will bring them back as soon as we can, otherwise... Yeah, let's get that refreshed. Let's try and fix this. We want to bring you as much action as possible.
As soon as we can, whilst we watch this trading fetch quest. So it's very interesting because Gyraxo's outside. So it'll be very interesting to see what he finds.
That could be a problem. Yeah, Gyraxo has gone offline.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we may have a problem.
We apologise for the technical issues here. Sadly, nobody, not even the Great Wizard of Oz, can control Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So we will see. If we have a FDA called, we might have to have a temporary pause. Just until we can get Gyraxo back online.
Kari, why don't you explain to them what FPA actually is?
FPA? Alright, so essentially, in a lot of standard tournaments, you will always have FPAs. These are put in place so essentially if anything external happens to our runners, whether it be medical or family emergencies, things that just happen and you have to leave during the middle of the race, both runs will be stopped and they can continue on forward. And we have Gyraxo back online.
Yep. Gyraxo is back. It looks like they were still playing whilst their internet dropped.
Yep, so that's quite good. Essentially, if Gyraxo was still playing and he didn't realise he went offline and we put a stop to Devin, to make up for that fact, we would have made Gyraxo stop for the same amount of time that Devin had paused for Gyraxo to get back online. So it's more of a safety net for our runners to ensure that a race is completed fairly.
Yes. We do give our runners, in some tournaments they get 15 minutes. In the Scrubs tournament we give them 20 minutes in an FPA call. It is up to the runners if that's extended or rescheduled depending on what happens.
Well, certainly we are glad to see, though, that Gyraxo is in Fire Temple. By the looks of it, he's not found anything in Spirit that I can see off his tracker.
It would be hard to tell because, of that blackout. But by the looks of things, if he's in Fire Temple, then there's a good chance they didn't find anything in Spirit because we are missing our mirror shield.
So if we have anything in there, then it will be a lot more higher up. On the other hand, I definitely agree with this fire play. You have Hammer, you can check your first 2 checks, find out if you find the boss key early enough. If you are Bavagia locked, and if you have to go deeper fire. As we see Devin now picking up his bomb bag. A great advantage of this, though, is the case of he can now farm bombs and waste them as much as he wants.
Yep. Also, the ground jumps that I mentioned earlier, you know, that's something you can do as we find Din's Fire and Fire Temple.
We kind of needed that.
Yeah, it feels like it's an interesting thing to find in the Fire Temple. You know, you get a way to make fire. Is Gyraxo still okay? Is the question.
It really does depend entirely what our runners do. He might be a bit unhappy with it, but it will mainly come down to execution. Now, at the same time, you don't know if a check is going to have bombs. You might as well attempt to get it. Besides, it gave Devin time to think of what his next moves are.
Yeah, it's always useful, you know, if you have a barren dungeon that you need to do anyway, and you can do it. Sometimes doing the barren dungeon is a good way to think about your next move. Don't do what I have done and spend half an hour trying to force a 1 in 32 for the lens mini game without a lens of truth because you don't know where else to go.
I mean, that lens of truth is somewhere.
It was somewhere.
Clearly, it must have meant that you could have done more checks in that case. But it really does depend, particularly if things are all dotted about. On the other hand, Trent, I have to say, this seed is very much a masterpiece.
I'm getting concerned, Scrub Spetzler. Like, very concerned.
Right, so Devin's just checked one of the possible Saria Wave of Heroes. After all, it's always good just to double check that. The only other option he has now is Darunia's Dance, which I don't think he will do.
We can't do, not without Zial.
Nope. On the other hand, I'm thinking he might end up doing a Jabu Dip.
Jabu Dip sounds like a decent plan. Also, that looks like Gyraxo has a long shot, so did Spirit Temple have a long shot?
Might have. Oh yeah, it's a long shot.
Yeah, the colouring's different to that of a hook shot, so...
There we go, we have a long shot in Spirit Temple.
I'm sure our trackers will keep us up to date about that. Hot Rodogoron giving us some potions. Need to keep up our good health.
I'm betting that Gyraxo could just really wish he had that red health potion there.
I think Devin's already done Child Spirit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, he didn't. He skipped it. He skipped those two chests on Child Climb. And because he's got so low health, he does not want to risk getting himself hurt.
At this point, if I didn't have... Because I don't know the glitchless jump, I would probably just do the... You know, I'd just push the block. I left the door open. God damn it. I will... I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, chat, it's just you and me. Yes, you're right, Dora. He can do that. On the other hand, this might bite him. It really does depend. On the other hand, with Gyraxo doing fire, I think he's probably doing this because even though he can do Water Temple with that long shot and Iron Boots, without ZL, if he lowers that water level, he then needs to do all dungeons to raise it again.
You can't lower the water level.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, I am back. I've just closed the door.
Yeah.
I would probably just dip Water Temple anyway because you've got 2 checks. If your boss key is in those 2 checks, then you're good. You get lax.
Mm-hmm.
If
On the
not,
other hand,
then
Gwen did not hand in letter. So we just went in child for the bomb bag by the looks of it. Oh, and we have our fire boss key. Now, an argument can be made for this. A lot of runners, as soon as they see that key, they will just go straight to Volvagia. Reasons why is because this dungeon is a bit notorious for being a little bit hated. Particularly for how long it takes you to climb up to this point. Oh dear, are you alright? Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I have a very old dog and she's decided to have a little bit of a wobble. Bless her.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gyraxo, without that bow, we can't progress in the Fire Temple, so now is a good time to go and kill our pet dragon. And no, I'm not exaggerating there. In the manga, Volvagia is our pet dragon.
Yep, a pet dragon that you pick up that Ganon corrupts.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad as well. So I believe Gyraxo is confirming if this is Volvagia locked for true deep fire. Because as I was saying beforehand, before my dog had a little bit of a wobble, we had an incident on yesterday's race where we're getting a bit of chew strat.
I mean, you've got shoes, you know where a bomb bag is. You may feel that you don't need to keep the shoes.
Fair enough. Particularly with Hammer.
Yeah. And it's a nice quick kill for Gyraxo. Also, Diggers, it's not how to kill your dragon, it's... The manga's the manga, it's similar but different.
I mean, in the manga, you find out that Mido's house is actually Link's mum because she turns into a tree.
Hmm.
And Mido tried to kill Link.
Yes.
So, are we key locked? We are not key locked.
We are bow locked.
Oh, we're bow locked, yes.
It's not are we key locked, it's are we bow locked. Oh, well, yes, we are low on chews. Like I said, we know where a bomb bag is, so Gyraxo may be thinking they're going to do that at some point. They're going to go Forest Temple. Well, what do you think about this first step, Carrie?
I mean, I'm for it. You have strength. Yes, you're bow locked, but you do have a chance of having a vanilla bow in here. You do have more checks you are able to get without being bow locked. So you can get all of courtyard cleared. I mean, out of logic. But you can do the recoil strat into courtyard.
Hmm.
And I do believe Gyraxo has some pretty bopping music on.
I cannot hear.
I don't know whose music we're using on the restream.
We're using Devin's.
Devin's. Fair enough. Sorry, that threw me through a loop. Trying to figure out where that music was coming from. On the other hand, Devin's still catching up. He still has to do DC.
Yeah. Although that's something that you can easily do after doing Fire Temple or after doing, it's on the way to in Fire Temple, so you don't have to do it right away. I was a little concerned for Gyraxo's health against these Stalfos, but picking up that fairy there doesn't have to worry about their health anymore. All is good.
Especially with that fairy as well. We have hovers.
Ooh. So you said that we could out of logic do that. We no longer need to break the logic. We can actually do it normally.
That's pretty sweet find.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, you're still probably going to... It depends entirely on how he wants to go about this, but sometimes the recoil is a little bit faster from my experience.
I don't know how to do the recoil, so I'll just use hovers. Or wait until I can twist the bridge.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It seems we're getting straight away floor master check along with courtyard from Gyraxo.
This is an interesting routing, in my opinion. However, it's it probably works. Probably works quite well, actually. Oh, we have no Song of Time. We have to go to the courtyard this way.
Yeah, that's probably why it's there.
Oh, and we have no bow.
It'd be interesting to see where the bow is. Props to Gyraxo checking this chest quickly before actually heading off.
We do have another check we can do. Also, whoever's tracking Gyraxo, can you please change that hook shot to a long shot? They have both.
Tell you what.
You're just going to do it for them.
Yeah. There we go.
Perfect. Because they have a long shot, not a hook shot.
Although we didn't see them, they clearly picked up in Temple.
In
Spirit Temple while we were offline. Let's see if Devin can get off the quick strap for the large year as well. With those shoes.
They also have a bomb bag, so they have, they've got a backup source of explosives, although it is a bit slower. And they're going for the bomb bag version.
Ah, So how this strat works is Volvagia has a hitbox, and it will always be underneath the last pool of lava that she went down into, I believe.
When she flies, her second hitbox is whichever hole she falls into. So at the start, it will always be that hole, and then she's flown into the hole that she's flown into, so that's where we need to drop our bombs. Gyraxo not going any further in Forest Temple. Either we're key locked or we're
bow locked. I think we're bow locked. I don't think he found any more keys.
Yeah, we're bow locked then. Does Gyraxo know Reverse Wasteland?
I'm pretty certain he does.
Regardless, Devin gets a nice clean Vol fight and drops a bomb in anger.
He might have done that by mistake, but I highly doubt that.
Could have been a mistake, yeah.
I mean, you have to go up against a stone fire, and the key was it was midway, but it's like, can it not be earlier?
Oh, Gyraxo messing up on Reverse Lensless Wasteland. It's not an easy thing to do.
Some people do it via numbers, other people do it via visual cues. Myself being an advocate for the visual cue.
Whereas I'm...
He's got it.
Yeah, they got it second try. I have no idea how to do it, unfortunately. I need to learn it. It's on the list of things that I should learn.
I mean, I know two people that taught me how to do those strats that would be more than happy to tell you. And teach you how to do it if you want later on something.
Fair enough. I'll probably just learn it in my own time. I'll get a practice ROM and I'll learn it.
Okay, so we now have Devin finishing up his Dodongos. Makes sense, he now has bomb bags, so he can just go straight there. Whilst Gyraxo is doing GTG. Now we know that Fortress is barren, so he won't be doing this.
Yeah.
He'll just be going straight in there. Yes, he's bow locked, but at least he's not hook shotless.
Yes. And we can use the hook shot to try and get the Gerudo to, to be in that post. We can then just crouch stab away, and it's very easy to beat it.
It would be interesting to see where Gyraxo goes. Crossing Wasteland for him is technically not required because they both have Requiem, but neither of the Lens of Truth, and you logically need the Lens of Truth to be able to go from the Haunted Wasteland chest to Spirit Temple.
Yeah. But at the same time, that doesn't matter if you've got, If
you know the path, you're fine.
Yeah. Plus, Gyraxo has long shot and opponents, so we can get to GTG normally. It's just the out of logic route is more for convenience.
And Devin using a perfect hammer axis there into the longos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've seen people do this, but I tried it, but I never could get it pulled off because nobody explained it to me. But essentially, from that chest, you then do a shield turn, and then you do neutral roll 3 times, and then you jump slash with your hammer.
Huh. That's why I keep failing with the hammer. I just use bombs anyway. It's easier. You'll usually have a chew or a bomb
Or
bag.
some kind of explosive, yeah.
GTG. Yep. GTG is quite a check dense location. It is, after Deku Tree, it is the most check dense location in the game.
I hate to say it, I'm starting to get the feeling that there might be a vanilla boomerang. I say hate to say it, I want it.
You want vanilla boomerang?
Yep. Why? Because I like watching people suffer.
Nah,
I don't want to experience it. Nope.
it's going to be in Gerudo Valley.
What were they last? Okay.
Yes.
Checked it. Yeah. Sounds about right.
Ryu, yes, it was a Po that they drank, and it gained them 3 hearts. The Po in a bottle has a chance to either do nothing, give you health, or kill you by making you lose health. And in Gyraxo's case, it would have been kill.
I mean, a 1 in 3 chance, I'd risk it.
Yeah. Die to drinking a Po or die to a Wolfos. I'll take the former, please. Freeze up the bottle. Yeah, it could have killed him. It's just, you know, they could have died to it. There's a bow!
Well, back to forest we go.
We now have the shooty.
Oh dear goodness.
Yeah, right on time, game. Right on time. Yeah, it means we can do Forest Temple. It means we can do... we can full clear fire if we wanted to. We can get a large magic refill on top of that, which I didn't know you could do, which is pointless because we don't have magic yet.
I mean, it also allows Gyraxo to be able to get the 2 very first checks on GTG, which I think have a quite high chance of always having an item in them.
I don't know the logic for GTG item placement or key logic.
Things I've picked up here and there is in Deku Tree, the highest chance chest of having an item is the basement chest, and in Mido's house, the bottom right chest has the highest chance of having something in it.
I think Mido's house, though, it's random. You know, you have 4. It's a 1 in 4. That one is just random.
It is 1 in 4, but this is from what I've been told percentage-wise, which is why you sometimes see runners just pick random start locations, or seemingly always starting to open that chest first.
Huh.
Well, Gyraxo's gonna check those 2 little chests.
Yep. I think in vanilla, one of them is an ice trap and the other is a key.
That's the one thing I love about Scrubs, is the case of in the scrub tourney setting, there are no ice traps.
Yep, we
Stone of agony.
we have a paperweight.
Use Afterlife's emotes as he intended.
I am not good enough to race against Kari. There's a reason why I'm not in the tournament.
I mean, I don't know. I've dingused enough times. I'm pretty sure you can win against me.
Sean!
Sean, it's not gonna happen. I'm too bad. I wouldn't mind going up against a Wooloo. That'd be fun.
Now Devin is in the Forest Temple and is looking to be able to...
Oh, I've just noticed as well, Devin has 19 skulls marked on his tracker.
Huh.
So he's just one short of 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon he's probably hoping for something on 20 skulls.
We can also gather that there is only one key on the right hand side of the maze, so Song of Time will only be required to beat the seed if there is an item in the centre chest. Because GTG logic assumes that you dingus all of your keys.
Speaking of an almost dingus,
Almost.
Gyraxo nearly forgot to grab that chest, which had your Zora tunic.
Nice. The wet tunic. We won't be drowning today.
So our way of the heroes have not been very worthy of this seed, have they? In leading us into ways to go.
I mean, in a way, yes, but in a way, no. Like, I can see that Kokiri Forest is the strength. Hyrule Field, Ruto's Letter. Spirit Temple is a progressive hookshot. You've got the hammer in DMC, and you've got the iron boots in Graveyard. And a big quiver is the final prize of GTG. And with no keys left, that's telling me that there is a key in the toilet, so we don't need to do that.
So wait, is that 2 bows in GTG?
2 bows in GTG, of which I think one is locked by the other because of key logic. But regardless, I think our way of the heroes is pointing towards our stone dungeons first. Like, you know, strength, you need strength to beat Fire Temple because of where the key is. You need strength to logically beat that. You need hammer to beat Volvagia as well as the Goron tunic. In logic.
Just looking at this... Oh, there's our lens of truth. Excellent. I do believe Devin's going for the vanilla bow chest, because this is where your bow would be in vanilla.
Yep.
And I don't think Gyraxo got this far. I think he bailed before this point.
I think Gyraxo ran out of keys, or just... I don't know why they bailed. I'm not sure.
Oh, I didn't see what was in the crate there.
Red rupee. Either way, it's not needed.
It's a key.
So we can progress. Can we progress? I don't know if we can progress.
I don't think we can. On the other hand, he's going back child, probably? Oh no, he's probably going to go to GTG, isn't he? Check Dent's location, and as one leaves, the other enters, so we've got a bit of a revolving door.
Mm-hmm. You heard a challenger approaches, Sean?
I can't be certain on that. I mean, I'm happy to go up against you. I mean, we are both known to Dingus, so...
Anyway, Gyraxo is back in Forest Temple. Devin has left and is going child.
Be very interesting to see where he's going. I can't think of him having anything left here other than Lampe digging.
Bombchu bowling.
Oh yes, Bunchy bowling.
We are missing a third Baron, and we are missing a sometimes hint. But doing Bombchu bowling, we could get some info.
And hopefully this might be pointing Devin more in the direction as well as to going back and doing child climb in spirit. Right, so there's nothing on Bombchu bowling. So very interesting. So far none of the bowlock check had anything for Gyraxo.
Oh, I think I know why. I think we're missing a key in Forest Temple, I want to say.
Oh no, it's because technically they can't get another check. Because it's bowlock, because as soon as they go up past the Blue Po room, they get to the stairs and they have to activate the switch with the fire arrows.
Odin's fire.
Yeah. And they don't have magic. Ooh. I have to say that at the very least, the siege is pretty healthy.
Yeah. We're getting some health here. This is not the first Legend of Zelda game. The first Legend of Zelda is called The Legend of Zelda.
Released on the NES.
Yes.
Which I still own.
I think it's on the... is it on the Switch SNES collection as well?
It is. But if you've got an original NES and a box TV, if any of you remember those things.
Who needs a box TV when you have a HDMI converter?
But then how are you supposed to play it at the correct resolution? Of absolutely minuscule. It's just a huge rupee on the... Okay, so the only thing we found in Valley then, in which case, is literally the Lens of Truth.
Yeah.
Which we do need, logically, for Shadow Temple.
The Lens of Truth... Because of the lens logic, you need the Lens of Truth to access... to access the back half of Shadow. You need it to cross the wasteland, and you need it for chest minigame. And yes, Midna is from Zelda as well. It's Twilight Princess. So not this game. A bit later on in the franchise.
Okay.
So
well, at this point, where do you think we should go, chat? What do you think about the seeds so far? Do we think that our bullshit meter is high or low? Because so far... Oh no. 66, 64... Can we get any takers on it being higher or lower?
I mean, we don't want to overwork Betzler, do we?
I mean, it's not like he does anything else. And he is a servant. And slave to the community.
I wouldn't say slave to the community.
Well, 90%.
Alright. We're seeing Beth get taken out by Gyraxo, whilst Devin has picked up some bugs, probably to farm more skulls. Although we don't need more than 20 in the seed.
No, and he's taking the risk by doing Dampe digging.
I wouldn't call that a risk.
It's a bit out of the way for the moment, particularly with Nocturne. Oh, magic.
That's why it's not that much of a risk. You're low on checks. You need to get, you might as well check it, and it pays off.
If I was him at this point, I would definitely rush Jabu. At the very least, get the boomerang chest, and then set for auras.
Yeah.
Particularly now with that magic.
And we're at 20 skulls, so...
Now we're going to get our 20 skull check. So it'd be interesting to see if there is another magic that Gyraxo can find.
Yes, it does, Zelda Mario fan. You can easily use the Din's Fire. In fact, it could be logically required.
Boomerang!
Devin has yet to return to Spirit Temple, Zorro.
And we have our boomerang in Forest Temple, which is means that my dreams of Vanilla Boomerang are dead.
Mm-hmm. It is not Vanilla Boomerang. Boomerang is in Jabu Jabu's belly in Vanilla.
I think Devin's just trying to think, where has he missed?
Hmm.
He has a bomb bag now. He can go do the child climb room, plus he has magic. If he does decide to go to Spirit now, that could save him, particularly in the long run. Because then all he'll have is Mirror Shield checks left. And he's looking at that Requiem. Oh, please, Devin. I mean, it's either that or GTG for him at that point. Well, at this point. And I know Devin knows 100% Reverse Wasteland. So he'll probably... Hopefully he'll go dip Spirit, get his long shot, Reverse Wasteland. And it seems that's what he's... No, he's not. Why are you going there?
Water Temple. You could have items there. You could be finishing Pierre because you've got that to do.
True.
Adult fishing.
He might be thinking as well, or at least hoping for an early boss key.
Mm.
Yes, it is a curious thing as to why he's avoiding Spirit and GTG. I mean, I don't blame him on avoiding GTG. I don't like GTG.
GTG is your most check dense location, therefore you can do it. I would probably be doing GTG sooner than later. Spirit Temple, I can understand not wanting to do it without ZL or just knowing what could be with the hero there.
Yes, it's very... I mean... Okay, so from what I've just realised is essentially you need to go adult to get your scale from Link the Goron.
Mm-hmm.
You then had to go back to get your second strength. And with that second strength, you then needed to go back as adult to go get your 2 bows in GTG. Because I don't think you had enough keys otherwise to get that second bow. So to get your first bow, you had to do essentially, what, 2 dips when travelling in time?
Yeah.
And particularly for your boomerang as well, you had to go child at least 3 times the seed. At the least.
Devin is doing a very cool trick there. With a bomb chew, you can out of bomb chew, iron boots, and your hook shot or long shot, you can out of logic get this chest. It's just a bomb chew refill this time.
Yes. I don't think he got the key, did he? Or has he not checked this yet?
Hasn't checked this yet. We have
Okay,
a small
come on, boss
key.
key.
Please be a boss key.
Because at the least it's a boss key, then he'll... I mean, I know he doesn't have long shot, but at least he can set for auras.
Yes.
And then he can just come back here with a long shot and just throw it in.
It's a small key, so we can't beat Water Temple without ZL. Meanwhile, Gyraxo has beaten the Forest Temple. Quite nicely. And I think now would be a good time for Jabu Jabu's belly for them.
Hopefully he does decide to go check Dunpei digging for his magic. It is a last location check, particularly with Nocturne being locked behind Zelda's Lullaby on AD.
Yeah.
So it might be quite a while before he goes get that. Where are the 2 hook shots? The hook shots were in Lost Woods, our memory game, and in Spirit Temple. We do not know where exactly in Spirit Temple, we just know it is because Gyraxo was in there but sadly dropped stream temporarily for about a minute.
Yeah, otherwise we would have told you. At this point, however, as we approach the 2-hour mark, we are lights and a mirror shield from go mode, or no mode, I should say.
Yeah. So, shall we get a bet going for Mirror Shield?
Yes.
So, chat, where do you think our Mirror Shield is?
Betting is now opened. Sorry.
No, that's alright. Just to remind you all, these are our worth locations, these are our foolish so far, our sometimes, and our always hints. Please have a look at them before you place your bet.
There are no second chances. Once you've made a bet, you will not be able to make another bet. Please use !bet, and we will track your prediction. And I will close either when we get the mirror shield, or at the 2 hour and 5 minute mark.
So where are you going to place your bet, Sonic? Because it's a very hard one to say. I'm thinking Ice Caverns, but a part of me wants Deep Fire or Chess Minigame. But then that'd just be a repeat of last night. Oh, you're going for Haunted Wasteland. Not bad.
Yeah. It's the only bullshit location I can think of which it could actually be. Although it could be on Shoot the Sun. I will say that.
It could be.
It could be...
Because that's the thing that we've cleared up everything in Death Mountain Crater. We've cleared up everything in Hyrule Field. We are missing... Oh, that is a point.
It can't be locked by Zelda's Lullaby, that's the thing. Ooh, that's an interesting location.
I mean, I don't think it is locked still at this point.
It can't be there.
It can't be?
It cannot be there. And I'll tell you why it cannot be there.
Oh, is this going to be
what
down
is
to bullshit logic?
Nope. What is Shadow Temple?
I know it requires ZL.
Yeah, but what medallion is Shadow?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is me when I get stupid and I think too much.
Shadow Temple is the forest medallion and therefore locks Song of Storms. Therefore, all Song of Storm checks cannot be our Mirror Shield because we need to beat Spirit before we can even beat Shadow.
So it's me basically being a dingus. In which case, I'm going to change that bet, though I can't obviously disprove it. I'm going to say chess minigame, because I'm always going to say chess minigame.
Like I said, you can only make one bet, so choose wisely.
And I wasted mine by being a dingus, which is why everyone is so surprised I'm in the finals for Group D.
Anyway, Devin is probably making the GTG play at this moment.
Makes sense. He has the ability to. He has Boomerang, he can full clear it, and he opens up Ice Cavern for himself. Also, he needs to do this as it's a stone dungeon.
You're talking about Gyraxo.
Oh, Gyraxo, sorry.
I said that Devin is probably doing the GTG play. Which is
I
good
heard
because
Jabu.
But no, we know it can't be in Shadow either because Nocturne is locked behind ZL at this point.
Essentially, it's just us all memeing at this point.
Yeah. There's only a very few locations where our Mirror Shield can be at this point. And it's most likely...
I mean, Gyraxo definitely was probably thinking with that essentially his Boomerang had to be in locations that are accessible before ZL. With Water Temple dipped and knowing that it's ZL locked, he knows that anything for the Stone Dungeons cannot also be in there.
Yeah, so it can't be Water Temple either at this point. We do, however, get our better knife in Jabu Jabu's belly.
Well, we're now missing our big stabby for our sword percent. We're still missing one sometimes and one foolish, though.
Yeah. Although at this point, we're 2 hours in, hints become a lot weaker as we get...
Did we say happy 2 hours?
I don't think we did. Happy 2 hours.
Oh. Happy 2 hours, everyone. Happy 2 hours of being subjected to an awful trance seed which requires you to do at least 3 dips to child to be able to do Jabu.
Excuse me. Yeah, oh, we got another Hylian shield.
Oh, this is quite interesting, though. Because the way of the heroes have definitely pointed more towards us getting items that are required for our stone dungeons, because everything else has to be ZL locked for the other dungeons.
Yes. Because we need ZL to beat Shadow, we need ZL to beat Water. We can do, we can beat Forest Temple without ZL, but that doesn't matter at this moment.
No, it doesn't. But this kind of proves how hard it can be for our runners with having to go through an AD seed, because it does mean that you have to do a lot of dungeon dips.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I do like an AD seed because sometimes the AD seeds can play into people's favour. People dingus checks, people forget locations.
Yeah, and our bet is now also closed. Now, if Devin needs to make up grounds, he needs to do 2 things at this point. One, he needs to use that bow and go forest that he picks up, so bail, and hopefully at some point go back and finish off Spirit Temple.
Yeah, Devin now has that bow. So that's Forest Temple that can be completed. That's Fire Temple that can be full cleared if they were to return to there.
But obviously he's going to continue on with GTG. He's got loads of checks left. I think he's only got... Well, we know where the keys are.
Yes.
But he's looking at them thinking, he's like, okay, I need 4 more keys. There's a load of checks in the maze, which are more likely to be items. I want to open this up. After all, in GTG, it's not counting cards you need to worry about, it's counting your keys.
Yes. Same in Bottom of the Well, to a lesser extent, because if you have 2 keys and you've yet to do the 2 checks that are locked behind a key, then you know that the last check you have left to do is a key.
It's always worth counting your keys. Oh, and we've got a little bit of boomerang strat here.
I prefer yeah, that is a nice boomerang strat. I do personally prefer the slingshot version of that trick. It's just, I find that a lot easier.
It's definitely a lot more easier, but sometimes the slingshot needs you to be very precise, so it depends, for me, on more how your controller acts. If you've got a sensitive controller, then you're fine. If you've got a bit more of a dead zone on your controller, boomerang strat might be better, because all you need to do is get Link's head at the right angle, look all the way up, and release your boomerang, and then just side hop twice. So it really does depend more on the individual's emulator and also their controller setup.
Or if they're using WeVC or not.
Oh yeah, and WeVC, which you are a pioneer of, from my understanding.
Yes. I use WeVC mainly because WeVC I find my accuracy is much better compared to when I was on emulator. And when it comes to accuracy and execution, sometimes you need to play to whichever one is better. As Gyraxo gets a nice, clean, quick kill on Baronade.
Always nice to see a brilliant Baronade. You'd just go through that. After all, there's no real items which help us with any of the major dungeons, but we practically have all the items we need for Shadow Temple, and we just need the song for water. But still no mirror shield.
Yes, we are still looking for that mirror shield. And we have very few things left to do.
So it would be interesting to see where they go from here. Particularly with Gyraxo, just try and figure out what he has missed. Where can he go? He's probably going to do Skull Kid, because we saw that from Devon earlier. He's probably going to recheck his Way of the Hero items that he picked up. For him, Serenade, so he's going to do similar to Devon being Skull Kid. So he's probably just now going to clear up his child side stuff that he can get.
I think this is also worth pointing out that if Gyraxo doesn't have, if Gyraxo has sufficient bomb chews, they may not need to pick up that bomb bag. They may finish out of logic and not have a bomb bag.
No, but he does know where it is, though, in the end.
Yes, we do. They know where it is. It's just if they've got sufficient chews, they've got 22. That's probably sufficient chews. They're probably not going to need to pick up the bomb bag.
Oh, and finally we have Devon going back in to Forest. Now, considering what he has left, I think after this he might decide to do... let's see, he has the Lens of Truth. He might go back Child to do chess minigame. But he might also go back to Spirit with that magic, thinking he can get the Firelock checks in Spirit check and done to save the hero.
Just really quickly, Gyraxo, as soon as they're back online, we will show you what they're doing. But currently, well, they're back online now. But
it seemed he went through Goron City all the way to Kakariko.
And
he's waiting for time of day, so he will be getting his magic.
yes, and this is perfect because then they also have the Lens of Truth. They can go and do the chest minigame.
Which, in my opinion, has the highest chance now of having an item on it.
Yes, I think we've got very few checks that we can do left, logically or otherwise. As Gyraxo is doing some nice ESS turns whilst we wait for time of day.
I mean, it's nice when you just have Link just moving slowly in a circle.
Yeah. Skull Mask is currently our only bomb bag, yes! Luckily bomb chews were quite easily accessible. I'd be tempted if I was Gyraxo to hand in the letter here just in case you need an emergency bomb bag.
I think he's confident enough to feel like he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Particularly because with all those chews, he's probably thinking, I might save myself a bit of time by not doing it, particularly if Devin has done it, which he has. So he's probably hoping or banking on his own saving time with that bomb bag hint of thinking, well, I can make up time with execution and put myself just that bit longer ahead. Because I think it's 3 minutes for Skull Kid, correct me if I'm wrong. Skull Mask. If you have all songs.
I don't know how long it takes. But yeah, Gyraxo now has their magic, and they're playing Prelude, so they're probably going to do the chess mini game.
Yeah.
Yep. So everyone, if you wish, please put just as a little bit of fun. The chess mini game. You have 5 different routes. Kari, actually no, that's not my one.
Oh, sorry, have I stolen yours?
Nope.
Remember, this is a 1 in 32.
And it's just a little bit of fun. And we are left.
Oh. I'm sorry, Woodoo, you should have been faster.
Left.
They're blinking about. Oh. Left. Oh!
Left.
So we have lefty all in. No.
Right. Everyone is out. It is a 1 in 32, and you know.
So it was the left, right.
Yes.
And what is it? It's just a piece of heart. So my second bet is completely dead.
Yep. Which means, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we only have one more check in logic, and that is Haunted Wasteland.
Haunted Wasteland and the Fire Check in Spirit. Which I think is the map chest?
Yep. Oh, and we've also got Fire Temple that we can go deeper in.
Oh, and Deep Fire, yeah.
Okay, so we don't quite have one check left in logic, but we have so few checks left in logic.
Oh dear.
As Devin finally gets their boomerang.
Yeah, he also wasn't too happy because he got swished by the checkered boards, which is quite a common thing in this tourney. It just takes one bad mistime and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh! Big pose!
10 big poses in logic as well, yes.
Yes, that's another thing. That is in logic. So big pose and fire checks.
And Fire Temple.
And Fire Temple. Considering where it's most likely will be, it might be Big Pose, which I think Gyraxo is now checking. The more logical answer, considering the Way of the Heroes hint, it might still be in Spirit Temple. because it is away of the hero location, but the absolute awful person I am does now want it to be Deep Fire. And all I can hear in my head is our lovely member of the community, Johnny Game Show, going, "You always do Deep Fire. Even if you're not Vavagia locked, if you're there, you might as well full clear it. So you don't have to run the risk of doubling back."
I think there was a meme
Yeah.
created recently where it was 3 routes, and we had one person saying it was Deep Fire, another person saying it's AD,
Yeah, that
or
was
the chat
last
saying
night.
AD.
No, that would have been me going chess minigame, Trent going ice cavern, Johnny going Deep Fire, the runners going AD, and then Doodle going Dampe digging. So that was quite a fun day where Johnny won that bet. I know, Fentown, it's not Christmas yet, but we have to love the highest Goron. He always has an item.
Not always.
Well. So I like this play that Gyraxo is doing here. He's checking water, seeing if there's an early boss key, which he'll find there is none of. He'll find he is ZL locked. But with that knowledge, he can at least have a good setup to figure out where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think the question of the hour is, who's going to find the mirror shield first?
Ideally, at this point, we want Devin, after finishing Forest, to go back to Spirit to get his long shot. More ideally than that, we want him, if it is in Spirit Temple, in a Firelock check, that might put him ahead if it's there. On the other hand, Gyraxo is more likely to push Deep Fire because there's more checks there.
We do talk about, check density a bit sometimes, and that is incredibly true and valid. If you run out of way of the hero locations, you just push your density. Reason why we wouldn't do Spirit is because Gyraxo has already done most of Spirit. The only thing they haven't done is the Magic Lock checked or Mirror Shield lock checks. So,
I mean, for Gyraxo, with that now, he can get the Fire Run checks in Sunblock Room in Spirit Temple as well. But again, it's a very tough one to call.
Devin getting a nice kill on Phantom Ganon.
Doing an exceptional job.
Yeah, and we'll probably be doing Jabu Jabu's Belly next anyway. But no, this is tough to call. Like, I don't know who's going to win.
No, and with Devin having more checks that he bailed on, with his bomb bag as well, he's going to go into Spirit. So hopefully, with a Mirror Shield, we might find more items. We just have to hope, if he does get the Mirror Shield, he doesn't get that before the long shot. Because with that Mirror Shield, he might just go straight up into that final room and beat Spirit without even collecting it. Though that does make me think, I can't remember, you need, logically, a long shot to get into Spirit, don't you?
No, you can do it with a hook shot
I
or
know
a bow.
hook shot.
You need to full clear Spirit Temple. You need Strength 2. You need a magic and fire source. Long shot is only required if there's a key on the right hand, which there is. Because of Spirit key logic, shooting the sun is a piece of heart. But no, you need Strength 2, you need a hook shot, long shot if there's a key in the Silver Gauntlet's chest. You need a bomb bag or projectile for both ages.
Interesting fact about these sunblock keys. If you have the light arrows, you can actually activate them using the light arrows.
I did not know that. That's interesting to know.
It can be beneficial if you get early light arrows and early magic. It's something that I found by accident.
Huh. Well, that is very convenient then.
Yeah, he now has his long shot, so he's pretty happy with that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Also... Oh, you can't with light arrows?
Oh, you can't.
Kari?
Oh! I was pretty sure you could. I might be thinking
Yeah, I would not know. I do not play Majora's Mask. Or Majora's
yeah,
Mask.
there we go.
Thank you, Trent and Sean, for pointing
for
that out.
stopping the misinformation. I do apologise. So Gyraxo clearing up all his last few checks.
Yeah, it's looking more and more likely it's either Deep Fire or Haunted Wasteland.
And there is our long shot.
Long shot was in the Mirror Shield chest.
Right, so the long shot was, as we saw, in the mirror chest in the Colossus's left hand. The other hook shot was on Memory Game in Lost Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sunblock is a small key. We have that from Trent, who is our arbiter of all knowledge. But if it's a small key, then why not pick up the one on the hand and just leave this one?
We've already spent that key.
But he didn't open the chest, though, on the other hand. He just walked past it.
I have no idea.
Oh no, it was an item. So even Trent can get things wrong. Did he climb? No, Devin did not climb. Neither of our runners climbed. Well, if that's the case, then by the looks of it, Mirror Shield is on Wasteland.
Or Deep Fire. And Afterlife, we have not done ice. We cannot do ice. The L is on OOT. We do not have our Ocarina of Time.
It's a very curious question. Oh, to be fair though, Devin is making his immediate play here to Jabu. He knows he needs to get that done. He's probably hoping his mirror shield's in there. And he'll be so disappointed when it's not. Excuse me for a moment. I've got to tackle an antivirus trying to update.
No worries. Yeah, we have Deep Fire left to do. We have Wasteland that we can do. Otherwise, there's no other checks we've got left to find our mirror shield. And we need that mirror shield to beat the game.
Now, I know we've already had a bet open, but shall we get a poll up? See which one do our audience prefer. Do they reckon it's Deep Fire? Do they reckon it's Wasteland? Or do they reckon it's another location we've just completely forgotten about?
Yeah, we can make a poll. Yeah, I think a poll might be a good idea. Because we have one bet that could be correct. Well, two.
Which is yours, I believe.
Two, technically, because of the last location they look for it.
Oh, and Gyraxo heading out to that.
Yep, that Haunted Wasteland check. So we will soon see if it is in Haunted Wasteland or if it is in Deep Fire. Or if it's somewhere we've completely dingused.
To be honest, there are quite a few places.
It is not in Haunted Wasteland.
So it's Deep Fire.
Okay.
I bet you Johnny must be very pleased with himself.
Yeah, they're probably happy with that, but at the same time, why Deep Fire?
Because why not Deep Fire? It is the deepest of fire.
What if it's on Pierre all this time?
Trent, what have you rolled? It's beautifully dark and sadistic. I love it. And hate it at the same time. Oh dear.
It's evil. This is just very evil.
It is, and I feel that at this point, if I was one of our runners with Aurora's Win and Magic, I know they don't have any of their bars at the moment, I probably would have set Aurora's deep and as high up as I possibly could in Spirit. And just so that by the time I found that shield somewhere, I could just Aurora's it.
Gyraxo getting that glitchless jump quite nicely. Unfortunately, we are experiencing a little bit of lag. Unfortunately, we do apologise. There's nothing we can really do about it right now.
Yeah. Mirror Room Adult? For what? What are we talking about?
I think Trent is trying to work out where the missing key is in Spirit Temple.
Trent, why are you doing this? We literally have a command. Why are you trying to solve the mystery of something that does not exist? Oh. I think it's bad when one of Trent's own seeds is making him resort to spirit key logic.
And yeah.
Oh, and Devon's probably looking at that shield going, wrong shield. Right age, though.
Yep.
Yeah, we only need what, one more bomb in for Shadow Temple, and then we don't need to worry about bombs at all.
Oh no, we've not checked shoot the sun.
Yes, we have. It was a piece of heart.
Have we?
Yes, it was checked on Gyraxo's side.
I missed that.
But yeah, we have two foolish locations and we don't know where the third is.
I have a feeling it might either be in Zora Fountain, because I don't think they checked them, or it's at the back of the lake.
We can't check any Zora Fountain check.
No, as in the Gossip
Oh,
Stones.
the hint. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, Scruff. That is the accurate amount of bullshit we need.
that is not. I think that's a bit too high there.
What are you thinking, 97? Okay, that is way too low.
Yeah, this is not a very easy trick to pull off, pixel shot. But it is doable.
But he got it.
Yep.
And also, that was a beautiful quick cycle on the little Octorok. I
Yep.
say little, giant Octorok.
Well, is it an Octorok or is it just an octopus, like Vuto calls it?
I think it is an Octorok. It's just a larger one of the little one there that's spitting at us.
Hmm. I don't know. Chat can help us out, otherwise answers on a postcard, please.
I think I'd have to check my Zelda Bestiary.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
can't be bothered to check it now. So it's a bit away. And that is a lovely boxless strat.
Yep. Nice box skip for Devin. Really nicely done.
But he's somewhat failed on the boomerang strat. It is quickest if you get it first time, but it can be a bit finicky. At this point, you just save more time just doing it the other
Intended way, yeah.
Yeah. So we have 3 checks left in fire.
We are in deep fire. And by my count, 2 of them have to be keys. That's one of
There's
them.
one thing. What I would do is use my hovers to check high score on first. It looks like that's what Gyraxo is doing.
Fenton, you are behind because I'm watching on OBS. So I can never be behind or ahead. Oh, it's called Big Octo. That sounds like something out of Splatoon.
Oh, thank you. So, and what are we gonna get?
It's not in Fire Temple.
Then, where could it...
What? Where is our mirror shield?
No, we've checked Wasteland. It's a bundle of arrows. We've done child fishing, we've done adult fishing.
It's not on Shoot the Sun either.
We've checked Shoot the Sun. We've done dive in the lab, out of logic. Trent, have you rolled a broken seed?
We've already done Rolling Goron. Chickens is already hinted dead.
The wool on... This is all foolish, there's nothing here.
Where is it?
Oh,
Where's our
God.
mirror shield?
Chickens is dead. Rolling Goron had the scale.
We've checked Valley Hammer. It was the Lens of Truth.
"20 Skulls is dead, that was checked.
10 Skulls was checked and it's dead. Archery. We haven't considered archery.
I thought we did that.
I can't remember if we did or not.
I thought Devin did this. If it's here, then my god, did we dingus? King Zora, we haven't found a wallet, have we?
We can't do King Zora anyway. We need ZL.
Oh yeah, because it's the elf. Oh god.
This is...
So if we got that poll up, it would have been somewhere else. Carpet salesman.
That's not in these settings. That's not even in the branch we use.
Worst scrub? Oh my god! We completely dingused adult archery, clearly. Whoops.
We do also have a winner!
Yes.
The winner is Shawnee. The last location they looked for it was where it was. Because that has to be last location nation.
Oh god. Well, congratulations on last location nation. Oh god. To be fair, actually now I think about it, it does make a lot of sense because they didn't get their bows until GTG, and then as soon as they got them, they went into forest. They went Jabu. So it is just a place we completely dingused on.
When the answer is so dumb, you win by saying stroke. I am going to open up another bet. Simply because we are missing a particular item.
At least this one has a lot more checks.
Yes. So, we have reopened the bet. If you've already betted, then you may bet again. We're looking for where our light arrows are, so use !bet. Claim check is dead. Yeah, use the !bet to say where you think our light arrows are today.
There you go, I'm betting outside Gannon's castle. I mean the fairy, but obviously I don't think it's going to be in Gannon's castle. Oh, Thunder's gone for the child version of Hyrule or Castle Fairy.
I'm going to say it's vanilla. It's on Lax.
I mean, that would be amusing.
I mean, is this even rando?
I mean, you're not wrong. I think Devon's just thinking, where can he go from here? If he goes CAC now, he's not. He's going to go deep fire.
Oh, F's in chat for Gyraxo there. I'm just looking at the bets, and we've got one for somewhere in Termina. I think that's the wrong game.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah. It is a funny bet. And if we don't have an outright winner, then the closest or funniest gets it. It's in Dragon Roost. Clearly,
okay,
it's
Dragon Roost to me would be the winner, more than Termina. Oh.
It's in Goron Mines. Well, you guys would know better than me, is all I would say.
Yes, you all have foresight, and oh, here comes the use of that red potion. Red potion obviously giving you a full case of full health.
Yep. Gotta love that full health. As Naboo Knuckle is sadly killed.
Now we roll forward towards our Troll Rover.
Troll Rover is a very big troll, and I would not be surprised if this takes...
What's worse? Sorry.
Nah, go on.
I was going to say, it's just like, what's worse is that it's not just one troll, it's two trolls. Then afterwards, they put on a coat.
Well, they're just going to be two miners trying to go into a bar.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
We do not endorse that. I think they fuse, really, more. You know the Dragon Ball Z fusion?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they kind of do a fusion dance. Oh,
They're also not... They're actually not being that trolly either.
They're not. On the other hand, that was a little bit trolly with not registering the hit. Now, I will say there is a little bit of a problem with my emulate when it comes to this fight, because my shield will go all over the place. So I find it quite a bit more difficult to hit the twins. Also, another tip I picked up, you need to ideally hit them a minimum of 4 times for them to combine. This can go on for longer. The way around that is after the 4th hit to make both of them spin so that they reset their movements, because if one is moving or activating an animation whilst the other's still in its hit animation, they'll just continue on floating around until you hit them again.
Huh. Today we learned.
We've learned a lot. We've learned some interesting facts, some false facts, and then some interesting facts again.
Is this two truths, one lie?
I'm a 50-50 kind of person. The next fact I tell you will be false.
Meanwhile, Twin Rover is down. Gyraxo can now go pick up that Ocarina of Time from the nearest Child Hyrule Field moat.
But they're just wrong with the BS there.
This has been a seed, hasn't it?
It really has. It's been a bit of a troll. Not gonna lie.
A bit of a troll. I'd argue it's been more of a troll than a bit.
Oh, no, I said troll.
Oh, troll.
Troll. Sorry, English phrasing.
Yes. But no,
I like it. He's setting for auras. It's faster than climbing up.
although it does cost magic.
And unlike Gyraxo, he had Scaro, so Devin can just go straight up here, not having to worry about setting up for a pixel shot.
Yes. Gyraxo is doing something very clever here. They're saving time by having to go through the market, instead taking the owl, which will drop you right outside where the cutscene triggers. It's a shame oh, sorry.
I'm pretty sure we're about to make the same complaint of when you jump in, technically your foot touches the ocarina, so it should count as you picking it up, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you jump in, you should get the ocarina then, not having to dive for it. But no, Gyraxo now has Zelda's Lullaby. They can now beat the Shadow Temple. They can now, well, after gaining their access to it, which we know is in only one location, the graveyard.
Yeah. I think from my experience, I would probably get Water Temple over and done with now. And from Water Temple, go to Graveyard, get your Nocturne, and then go off into Shadow. Oh, sorry.
All good, all good.
It's been a long seed.
Yes, it has.
Also, I would like to point out something. Considering the layout of Fire Temple, along with where its location, because where you drop down into Fire Temple, it should technically be underneath the lava pool in Death Mountain Crater, and Pierre's side and Hammer Chest are technically supposed to be underneath the two mountains on either side. At least from my understanding of how it looks to be laid out. But when it comes to the scale, you're going, the scale of these dungeons don't look right compared to the outer world. But it seems to be a bit of an artistic interpretation of it.
Yeah. It looks like our bullshitometer is actually going down instead of up.
I mean, technically, we know what we need to do now, unless, for whatever reason, Nocturne is in Ice Cavern.
It can't be. We got a hint for the song in Ice Cavern.
We did for Song of Time. Yeah, in which case, yeah, just graveyard. Just done.
Yeah.
I apologise, I forgot about the sometimes. It's been a very long time since I've had to look at the sometimes. Thank you. There we go, pushed it up again.
Yeah, unfortunately commands are case sensitive.
Rather obnoxiously so. And they do require an apostrophe.
What do you mean an apostrophe?
Is it apostrophe? Isn't that what it's called? Commands.
It requires an exclamation mark.
You can tell when the seed is bad. I mean, I know I'm dyslexic, but my god. Oh.
At this point, however, now that we've got Nocturne and we're just in glow mode, I want to give a huge shout out to the Unsung Heroes, our tracker. There's Ryu, Kane and Andols. They have been doing an amazing job tracking and making sure that you guys are kept up to date with what is on the screen. Also, a shout out to my fellow co-commentator Kari and to myself for commentating this potential train wreck of a seed.
And not only that, but you're also restreaming. You're pulling double duty, and we massively appreciate it.
Finally, I'm going to give a shout out to the runners, DareDevinX and Gyraxo. This might not be the last time we see these runners in this tournament. We may be getting another match, but we will have to wait and see.
Oh no, poor Devin. I think he has forgotten about adult archery. Because he's cleared up everything he can as child.
Trent, are you comparing the bullshit command to the unforgivable curses in Harry Potter?
Yes, they are.
I feel like Trent's doing the whole Hermione. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Speaking of the bet, I'm going to close the bet at the 3-hour mark. I forgot we had that open.
No, I didn't. I thought we were just leaving it open for a bit longer time. So, yes, everyone, if considering what we've seen today, get your bets in if you haven't already. Let's just see. Unfortunately, we're not having bets for how bullshit the seed is.
Nice!
Oh, nice.
That was a nice one, Thunder.
Oh fuck, wait. I wanted this one. And I dropped it.
I think we need to stop pushing the bot, okay?
I mean, we've got nothing else to do but to try and break it.
No, don't break it, then I have to fix it!
You heard that, everyone. There we go.
But yeah, please don't break my bot. I'm a bit like Andrew, like, please don't anger my chickens. Please don't tease my chickens. Please don't break my pod.
Yeah, just parallel world. They are both racing the same seed. They're both playing a seed by themselves, and they are just trying to get through it faster than the other person. So that's what's going on right now.
People that need to reuse a command because they hate what I tell you. Seems like it.
Pretty much. We've rolled over to 1%. Okay, Sean wins.
No. You don't win unless you get 0%, because that, at this point, is the rarest occurrence.
Everyone's now going to do PS. We can get a 0%. I've seen it once. I've also seen 100%.
Wait, you've seen 100%?
Yes, I've seen 100 once.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, sure, it gets more likely to see 100% the more you use it, but... Yeah, please, Trent. Like, it's...
Okay.
We do not want to encourage that.
I mean, it's a fun thing to do. It's a rare factor. Also, happy 3 hours. We can now close the bet.
Yep. The bet has been closed.
The Trent Seed command. Well, emote, sorry.
That's not the Trent Seed emote. That's just bad seed.
I've always associated it as a Trent emote.
Devin,
Mainly because when
sorry. Devin's in CAC as adult, but the wrong time, so...
Oh, he didn't do this. We aren't at Trent Seed levels yet. So when will it be Trent Seed levels?
I think we're actually at Star Seed levels.
Oh yeah, true. I think you can't really truly experience the power of a Trent Seed unless you're playing standard weekly settings. With everything of your major items all being on skulls, with a boomerang probably on 50, with your first hookshot being on 40.
Meanwhile, Gyraxo has their boss key in the Shadow Temple, but we're still looking for those lights, so...
He's so frustrated, bless him. He's trying to figure out where it is.
Devin is, yeah, like, it's...
It just takes forgetting that one check. And then it gets to the point where you have to recheck everything else. I feel so sorry for him.
It can be hard in a... you didn't get a check and that throws away... what could be your win.
I mean, with this time of day, he needs to go back, go to CAC from here. It's the fastest way for him, bless him.
Devin came from the winners bracket, so Devin has the current 1-game lead.
So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give the win to Gyraxo here, bless him.
I'm not calling it until it's over. I'm not calling it until it's over.
Not calling it until it's over. You can get really, really bad Yannon fights. like exceptionally bad when you're just playing tennis over and over and over and over and over and over again.
And yes, we are at sling percent.
Ooh.
I kind of forgot that you need the bomb bag here. But I think there's bomb flowers around as well. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Just takes a bit longer.
Yeah. Also the fact that there is that Gyraxo did not pick up their Ferors means that...
Well, there's our bomb-locked bomb bag. Second one of the seed. It's always in Shadow Temple. And as Devin is about to get his mirror shield. I just respectfully walks out.
If you have any questions for our runners, of course, then please feel free to use the !chat command, followed by whatever your question is. And I'll be making sure that any questions posed is...
They're in the correct spreadsheet. This is an example of the chat command here with a question. And this is where Devin is hopefully now making his way up. If he had set his Ferors here, he would have probably saved a little bit of time.
Yeah. Hopefully this isn't going to be a world tour seed. We don't need to do everywhere.
We don't, but Trent was the one that rolled it. So chances of light arrows being in Ganon's castle are still pretty high. No, we understand Fentown. We've already figured. So, with what we've seen so far, chat, what has been your favourite moment so far in this seed? Because I think so far my favourite moment has probably got to be the whole deep fire excursion. Because you can just feel their souls break when they found that higher score and had the item and it wasn't what they were looking for.
Now the next question for Gyraxo is, are they going to bail here now that they've got their final small key in the Shadow Temple, or are they going to do that last check?
I think he's bailing.
That looks like a bail. This is a gamble, but you are in glow mode, so
What was on high score on? High score on was nothing. It was just a bundle of arrows.
Yeah. And then hammer chest was a key.
Now, depending, because hear me on this. If Devin checks Floor Master in Shadow Temple and that has the light arrows, and he checks it, he might save enough time to get this back. This is just from speculation on where the light arrows are. We don't know.
I feel like a lot more has to happen for that to be true at this point. I think Gyraxo needs to fluff it. However, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that we are going to see, a nice clean bongo fight from Gyraxo. And it's not going to be a case of
Ooh, not quite clean. I wonder if he realised he had the hook shot out instead of the bow. I mean, it does save you some arrows.
Yes, I think it's just conserving your arrows at this point. Although
He's a bit more harder to one cycle, Bongo.
But a nice 2 cycle as Devin kills Troll Rover.
So we've got a 2 boss finish.
Nice timing. Nice timing indeed.
And Bongo has nothing. Just a blue pea.
Yeah. From here... Oh, and Shadow was our emerald. Sorry, Spirit was our emerald. What am I talking about? They're both green.
Shadow was the forest medallion. Spirit was our Kokiri emerald. I think it's what you were meant to say.
Yeah. Yeah, that is what I was meant to say. Been a long day. It's a long day. It's been a long seed.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's a case of where is the boss key here in Water Temple?
And where is the light arrows? Part of me would be tempted to just do Dark Link first. Here. We've got 2 keys already. So, do Dark Link, then lower the water level.
Do we have any more restreams set for today?
I think we do. I'll double check when I end the stream.
I think there is one at it's currently, I believe there is one in 6 hours. So it would be 11 PM UTC time. Or English Standard Time, as I call it.
Excuse me.
No, that's alright. It's been a long seed.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that boss key.
So now we can go defeat Morpher, and Ganondorf can tell us where our light arrows are.
Oh dear.
the TikTok fan club trying to get Gyraxo, but doesn't.
I like to think that the Tektites are basically the precursor to head crabs.
I tend to think of them as the fact that they like to gather around you. They jump towards you and they try and mess you up because they're just fans.
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of Link enemies just want to give him a hug. Like, for example, the Redeads. They just want to give Link a hug.
But that hug
Around
kills
the neck.
him.
I mean, they just love him so much that they squeeze him to death.
Just think, if Ganondorf had more imagination, Zelda might be more of a horror game than it is.
I mean, I know a lot of children got horrified from Shadow Temple, I think.
Anyway, Gyraxo gets a nice quick clean kill on Morpha.
Definitely something beautiful to behold.
And apologies for the lag, this is on Gyraxo's side. Nothing I can do about it, I am afraid.
Yeah. It's been doing this all day. It's not Curse of restreamed on the right side today. Today it's the left.
Morpha had a key.
So if there's anything else in here, it is locked.
By Morpha, most likely.
Did we see what was in the composer's grave chest?
No, we did not. Are we potentially going to see it, though, is the question.
Probably not.
Lax was just a piece of heart.
So the question is, where?
Where is our light arrows? I think the best case for Devin is that the light arrows are outside my castle. Or in my castle. And it's in Light Trial. Because then you have to go looking for Strength 3.
Yeah.
And Gyraxo could just dingus a load of places, whereas Devin finds them first try.
Yeah. It is a whole case of where in the world are the light arrows at this point. And I just want to take this opportunity again to give another huge shout out to our trackers today, being Andals and Rio Kane. Another shout out to our racers, being Daredevin and Gyraxo. Please drop these guys a follow. And of course, another shout out to my co-commentator and today's restreamer, Sonic R. Pika.
And of course, a huge thank you to Kari for joining me on this wild ride.
No problem. All I have to say is that at least Trent, who is today's moderator, got to enjoy watching his crap show of a seed on Restream. It's nice to see that Trent seeds are back on form.
Oh! I was going to ask, do you check that chest? Apparently.
I mean, yes.
Yes?
You do? I check it occasionally, particularly if I feel behind, just in case it's got light arrows. Okay, wow. Right, can anyone confirm Shawnee's claim to having called it?
There was no right answer, and I can't really tell which one would be closest out of the trials. So I'm just going to go with funniest. Today's funniest. For you, Kane.
I don't know. Dragon Roost was pretty good and funny.
I'm sorry, Shawnee, but we had someone who was just as close, betting water trial.
I mean, you could argue that Shadow Trial is technically higher up in the castle.
Oh, are you talking longitudinal then? You know, well, what's the closest vector distance to? But you have to go further back in shadow compared to water.
Oh, true. Fair enough. Hi, Bitsy. You've missed a lot. So, let me just refresh everyone with all these lovely hints.
I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to. We're at the end of the race now.
Yeah, maybe for Bitsy, who's only just got here. So we were still missing 2 items from meme percent as well.
Oh, Gyraxo gets sniped in that tennis game.
Ooh.
It is.
I mean, it is a tennis game.
It's Ganondorf 15, Gyraxo 0. Love. $15 all. Since we are technically playing tennis here. And that's where we end it. As Gyraxo gets to go and attempt to slay the pig. What had Devon so far behind? Mainly, even though both runners more or less last location the mirror shields, it was just, I think it was routing decisions and... Because Gyraxo went to GTG sooner to get the bow. But we are going to get to see a rematch between these two because we will have our winners bracket, not winners bracket, we will have a second grand finals match.
And the reason for this is because everybody gets to at least have 1 loss. If they get 2 losses, they're out of the tournament. So this being Devon's first loss will make it so we have a grand finals part 2. And then they get to reschedule.
Yeah, time of day has been a bit of a nuisance this seed.
Yeah. Yes, Gyraxo is winning. He is in the fight. He's now gone down. Everyone, please get your GGs in chat.
That match was cancelled, Bitsy, because I think it's not needed.
Nope, Carp won. Carp won his race, and he was the winner bracket one, so that.
But yeah, GG's.
GG's. Let's see if our runners want an interview.
And Daredevin has forfeited, which is
Completely
understandable.
understandable. Remember, if you have any questions for our runners, please use the !! chat command
Yep.
to ask your question.
As we switch on over to here, I will quickly put this on, update this. We should have some nice chill music working. For us, and it looks like Devin will not be joining us for an interview, which is completely fair. And I think Gyraxo will be in a little bit.
Well, I mean, that was definitely an interesting race overall, wasn't it?
Yep.
Who would have thought it came down just a mirror shield? Because nothing really pointed that way. The closest you could have gotten was your long shot in Spirit Temple. But even then, all that just for your bow to go back, because that was all unhindered. So thank you very much, Trent, for rolling a very interesting, painful seed.
Yep. And we are now joined by Gyraxo.
Hello.
GG's.
GG.
So, general thoughts on the seed?
A very special kind of seed this was. I have too many comments.
We fully understand you on that. So, would you let Trent roll your next race seed?
If the mirror shield is somewhere a little bit nicer, yes. Because the first 2 hours I really enjoyed, actually. Just it's not a standard seed, so you had to route like really creatively. And yeah, it was more enjoyable than just doing the standard 3 strong, the dongos and stuff.
But yeah, when you found that mirror shield, obviously it was a last location. I think it was the only check in logic left. What did you think? What were you thinking?
Just before that, I had also the bomb bag on Skull Mask with Bumpy Boning left. So I was thinking if it's there, I have lost for sure. So I was really happy to see it. Even if it was my last vacation, I was happy to see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is a point. Did you take that risk of not going for bomb bag? I know we found the bomb locked one, but...
Yeah, I had a lot of bomb juice and a hammer, so I thought I can fight a bomb bag, and then maybe everything will be alright, but I just didn't find any bomb bag. And at that point, I didn't want to go back to Child just for the Skull Mask, so I just gambled on it.
Fair enough. Because, we were talking about how at one point, because you had already done DC and there wasn't really much need for bombs later on in the seed, we were discussing whether or not you would potentially go and get them. But, if you don't need the bomb bag, you don't need the bomb bag.
Yeah, I didn't need it at all in the end.
But yeah, another question that's been asked to you. did you take more risks because this was essentially an all or nothing race for you? If you lost, it was over, but if you won, you had another race. So did you take more risks because of that?
Maybe small risks, like not picking up a ferry, which cost me more time, and not picking up some hard containers. But I think I would have played the same even if it's in any other race.
Okay.
So, how did it feel when you went into Deep Fire and found nothing there?
That was I think the point that I enjoyed it a little bit less to see it. Because at that point there was just like a few checks here and there.
Yes, because those of us here on the stream, we were thinking, okay, with the magic, we were thinking it was either fire locked in Wasteland or maybe Spirit. But we completely forgot about adult archery.
Yeah, that was the one check we all dingused on as commentators because we were talking about it and we thought the Mirror Shield had to be in one of two places, either Deep Fire or Haunted Wasteland, and they were both barren. So it was like, what have we dingused?
Yeah. I was actually considering going there earlier. I think I was adult and I wanted to go Kek to turn in my skills, and I was wondering whether I should go there as adult or child. Also for Dempe, but in the end both were necessary for the Mirror Shield and the magic.
Yeah.
So you've had one more race now, again against Daredevin. Looking forward to it?
Yep. I was hoping to be done with the tournament already, but I guess I have to show up one more time.
I know that feeling. I'm going to be possibly in a similar boat to you next week.
Yeah.
But at the same
even now
time,
with all the season 4 weeklies, I want to try that, but I have to focus on this, I guess.
Yeah, well, either way, you've done an exceptional job. You're clawing it back from the loser's bracket.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best in the next race and hope that you win overall. Just so it's not an easy winner brackets, only wins.
Yeah. Oh, it's not already.
Yeah.
Don't have Trent rolling in the next seat.
What were Devin's bottlenecks? I didn't see him.
His bottlenecks, well, he took a bit longer than you to find the Mirror Shield. He did skip a few more checks. You did start going a bit back and forth. I think slowly over time you started creeping back like a few extra minutes ahead of him. Overall, he did get magic long before you, but I think it was just the case of where that Mirror Shield was, and in the end, where the light arrows were.
Yeah.
Because
I was dying so hard when I found him.
When you finished, he was just in the spike room in Shadow.
Yeah.
So all of us were kind of hoping either, for whatever reason, light arrows might have been in the Floor Master room in Shadow.
But I skipped
that. Just to be able to get Claw some time back. But
well, I think that was the biggest risk I took this season, skipping that check.
Yeah. And it paid off, so...
Yeah.
Kari, do you have any further questions? And chat, do you guys have any further questions? Because I think we've covered everything.
I think we have.
Okay, in that case, I will close out the stream then. First of all, let me talk about the upcoming races. You can always at any time use !S or !schedule, and you will get, and the bot will give you everything you need to know. You can always type into your search engine scrubs.zeldaspeedruns.com and you will be instantly sent to the schedule, which we will keep up to date as much as possible. However, we have a race later on today, this evening. If you're following UTC time, it's 11 PM. If you're following Eastern time, it's 6 PM. Group B have their finals. Incoherent versus Rolo. I believe Incoherent is the one with the advantage. But I could be wrong. Then on Thursday, November 12th, at 7 PM UTC or 2 PM Eastern, we have Carrie facing off against Afterlife. Afterlife tore through losers bracket.
No, you tore through winners. I tore through losers.
You tore through losers. Afterlife tore through winners even of Group D. That is looking to be a really hype match. We also have a match on Monday, November 16th. The Group C finals, Maverick versus Lefty. That will be at 11 PM UTC, 6 PM Eastern. Finally, I'm going to give some shout-outs. First of all, to our runners. Go give Gyraxo a follow. Go send some love to DareDevinX. They have one more race left against each other. And it's going to be a hype race.
It's really going to be hype.
Next, I would like to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to the unsung heroes, our trackers for today, Andals and Ryukane. Thank you very much for your help. I want to give a shout out to my co-commentator Curry and to myself, Sonic RPika. And I want to shout out any subs that we've gotten since this was refreshed. So, Wailike Quilter and Johnny Game Show 56, welcome to your subscriptions. And welcome back to the returning subs, Cornburn, It's Me Lefty, Roguecopter, Gizmo Legends, Delilah is Die, Tenacious Toad, Holy Sparks, and Zelda Mario Fan. Just to clear it out as well, the BS percentage on average was 46% bullshit.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to send us over to ZSR, and we hope to see you guys in the next race.
Until next time.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. See you.